Heaven sent you to me. I'm just hoping I don't repeat history. Switching in positions for you. Cooking in the kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. I'm in the Olympics, I am jumping through hoops. All my love and finding nothing out.
G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitar Zero to Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Positions by Ariana Grande. Now, I'm going to teach you two different ways of playing this song in this lesson. The first way just requires standard tuning and you don't need a capo, but it is slightly harder because there are some bar chords involved. And the second way I'm going to teach you how to play it involves a capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar, but it is much easier to play. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarzerotohero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. All right, let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you how to play this song without a capo. Now let's start with the main guitar riff. Now you don't need to play this main guitar riff, you can strum some chords and I'll teach that as well. You can skip to that in the timestamps below. So for the main riff, we're going to be fingerpicking this. Now for our fingerpicking basics, your thumb will take care of the 6th, 5th and 4th strings, and your index, middle and ring finger will take care of the 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings respectively. They ideally shouldn't pluck any other strings other than the ones they've been assigned to. So our main riff is really simple because there's just one line of tab here. So we're going to start with a D9 chord shape. And to play a D9, you need your middle finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, index finger needs to stretch out to the 3rd fret of the 4th string, and then ring and pinky fingers go onto the 5th fret of the 3rd and 2nd strings. So we're just going to start by plucking each note of this chord from the 5th string down to the 2nd string, so like that. And then you're going to drop your hand onto the strings for a muted slap. So that will sound like this. Now, one tip for that muted slap is that you should just slap and get your fingers to slot back into their original positions. If they slot back into their assigned position, it's going to be easier for you to continue on for the rest of the song. But if you do this, then you're going to need to curl your fingers back up anyway. So that's a really inefficient way of doing it. So after that slap, you'll pluck the 3rd string of this chord shape. And then at this point, we'll need to change positions. So our next position is an A minor 7. You're going to take your ring finger, put on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Index finger will bar across the 5th frets of the 3rd and 2nd strings. And then you're going to get your pinky finger ready here. So we're going to hit the 4th string, hold that out for a little bit, and then there's 3 notes. So the 3rd string, 2nd string, and then the 2nd string again, but with your pinky finger on the 8th fret. So those 4 notes. And then right after that note, we're going to do another muted slap. So the muted slaps are generally on the 2 and the 4 beat. And the A minor 7. And then we're going to play a B flat major 7. Now this shape looks like this. So you're going to be using all your fingers here. So pinky finger goes on the 8th fret of the 4th string, ring on the 7th fret of the next string, middle on the 6th fret, and then index finger on the 5th fret of the next string. Now we're going to just be plucking from the 4th string down to the 1st, and then doing that muted slap. And then after that slap, we'll go down our index finger to the 3rd fret of the 1st string and pluck that. So the B flat major 7. And then for our next chord shape, it's a G minor 7. So it's identical to what we did with the A minor 7, but just down 2 frets, which will sound like this. So the second bar. And the main riff in total. You could pretty much just repeat that again and again throughout the whole song if you wanted to. But now I'll teach you some chords that you can strum basically throughout the whole song as well, because this is based around one chord progression again and again. So you can either choose to play the riff or you can either choose to play the chords. It's up to you. But in the playthrough at the end, I'll use the picking pattern in the verse and I'll use the strummed chords in the chorus. So for the strum chords, we have 4 chords here. We have a D minor 7, so we're going to play that like this. Middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, index finger bars across the 1st fret of the 1st and 2nd string. And we only strum from the 4th string onwards. That's D minor 7, and then we have A minor 7. So it's the same as an A minor, but you just lift your ring finger. And then we have a B flat. So I'm going to play that up here as a B flat bar chord. Now if you can't play the full bar chord, then just at least try to focus on the top 4 strings. And then we go down to a G minor, which is the same as that B flat shape down at 3rd and 5th frets, but you lift your middle finger. So that's G minor. So those are the 4 chords. Now the strumming pattern's going to go something like this. Down, up, slap, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now there's going to be 2 chords within each strumming pattern. So the D minor to the A minor 7 is within one strumming pattern, and the point at which you're going to change chords is in the highlighted up strum. So it's going to sound like this. Down, up, slap, up, down, up, down, down, down. Now that muted slap strum is basically a down strum, so you can just do a down strum there, but for a more percussive feel, when you come down with the down strum, use the side of your palm to hit the strings at the same time, and then you'll get that percussive mute. So one more time. And we're going to do the same thing for the B flat to the G minor. And in total, the strummed chords sound like this. And again, as I said, you could pretty much play that throughout the whole song if you wanted to, or you can play the finger-picked pattern throughout the whole song, or you can use a combination of the two. So now I'm going to teach you a slightly easier version, and you'll need a capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar to do that. So let's start with some really nice and easy strummed chords for this capo easy version. So now our 4 chord shapes are going to go like this. We have a B9, so to play that, you're just going to put your middle and ring finger on the 2nd frets of the 3rd and 2nd string. And your index finger is going to go onto the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And you're going to have that 4th string open. So that's B9. Now, ideally try to make sure that the 1st string is muted. And also try to make sure that the 6th string is muted. Now you can kind of do that by using your index finger to lightly touch that 6th string whilst you're pushing down that 2nd fret of the 5th string. And then we have an F sharp minor flat 13. So it's basically the same, except we're just gonna move our index finger up 1 string to the 2nd fret of the 6th string. And make sure you mute the 5th string. So that's our 2nd chord. And then we have a G chord, and then an E minor 7. For the E minor 7, all you'll need to do is take your middle finger, put it at the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and you can lift your pinky finger and just let that 1st string be open. Now the strumming pattern we're going to use is very similar to what I taught you in the no capo version. So it's down, up, slap, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that slap, again, is basically a down strum. You can play it as a down strum if you want, but if you want that percussive mute, just take your palm and hit the strings at the same time as that strum. The point at which we'll change chords is in that highlighted up strum, so it'll sound like this. That's how you'll strum the chord progression, but if you do want to play that riff with this capo on, you can still do that. So to do that, we'll start with our B9 chord shape. We'll pluck the 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings, do a muted slap, and then hit the 3rd string. So that will sound like this. And then we're going to rearrange to this position. So it's an F sharp minor position. So ring finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, index barring across the 2nd fret of the 3rd and 2nd string. So you're going to pluck the 4th string, hold that out for a tiny bit, then 3 notes. The 3rd string, 2nd string, and then with your pinky finger go onto the 5th fret of the 2nd string. And then do a muted slap. So the first bar. And then we're going to get into this G major 7 chord shape. So that's similar to what I taught you in the no capo version, so nothing really changes. Looks like this, and we're going to pluck the 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st strings, slap, and then lift everything, hit the open 1st string, so that shape. And then we get into this position, so it's based around an E minor 7, so you're going to have your index finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And we're going to pluck the 4th string, hold that out for a tiny bit, and then the 3rd string, 2nd string, and then with your ring finger go to the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then do a slap. So that section. And the 2nd bar. And the main riff in total with the capo. So similar to the no capo version, you can choose to play that riff throughout the whole song, or you can strum the whole song, or you can use a combination of the two. So now I'll be doing 2 playthroughs of the song. I'll be doing the no capo version, and then I'll be doing the capo version. And I'll just be playing the first verses and choruses just because the whole song is just made up of those 2 parts anyway. A big thanks to my friend Dana Sala, who's an amazing singer, for lending her vocals to these playthroughs. If you want to check out her YouTube channel, there's a link in the description below. Feel free to play these back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
Heaven sent you to me. I'm just hoping I don't repeat history. Boy, I'm trying to meet your mama on a Sunday, then make a lot of love on a Monday. I never need no one else, babe, 'cause I'll be switching in positions for you, cooking in the kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. I'm in the Olympics where I'm jumping through hoops. Know my love and finding nothing I wouldn't do, that I won't do, switching for you. Heaven sent you to me. I'm just hoping I don't repeat history. Boy, I'm trying to meet your mama on a Sunday, then make a lot of love on a Monday. I never need no one else, babe, 'cause I'll be switching in positions for you, cooking in the kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. I'm in the Olympics where I'm jumping through hoops. Know my love and finding nothing I wouldn't do, that I won't do, switching for you.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitar0tohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.